Hi everyone, my name is Bree and
I'm Robert.
Is my husband Robert, and we live in San Diego, California, up in the mountains. We've lived here for just over a year.
About a year.
Yeah, and we moved out here because once COVID hit, we were just like, we want to become more homesteaders and not rely on the outside world for at least as much as we used to. So our first big project is starting our garden.
Yeah, we skipped it last year because we wanted to work on getting the land and the soil in a good spot so we could grow stuff greatly instead of trying to grow lettuce in piles of dirt. And it took about a year, but I think we're finally at the point where we can start putting stuff in the ground and getting good returns out of it.
Yeah, and since we live in San Diego, we're in what's called Zone 10, which is like the best soil and weather for growing. So we should have more options today with what we can grow. We do get snow for about a day or two up here, so during that frost, we'll probably have to cover everything with like a tarp to make sure it doesn't freeze. But yeah, so we're gonna go into town right now and go to a nursery. Do you know what the nursery is called?
It's Hunter's Nursery in Spring Valley, California.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go and grab some lunch, and then we will be back with you guys when we get to the nursery to show you how it looks and hopefully get something planted today.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right, we just got here. And I think we'll find the vegetables over here. Okay, so we're getting only things that are plants. It would take too long to do seeds this time. So let's see what we find. Alright, we just got home and we're gonna unload the car and show you guys what we got. What kind of soil is that?
Just organic compost.
Okay. And then we mainly just got lettuce and cauliflower and broccoli to start out. And then here is our garden. We did it inside this cage so that we wouldn't have any animals getting in. We have quite a bit of squirrels out here, so we had to end up doing chicken wire so they couldn't get through, and also underneath so they couldn't get through, and any other like moles. So far so good. Nobu, say hi to the camera. This is our dog Nobu. She's an Italian greyhound. Nobu, come here. Can you sit? Can you sit, honey? Nobu. Hey, baby. She's so happy we're home. Okay. All right, so Robert's getting the soil in. And like we said, this dirt is from our property. We've been making our own compost, adding it to it. Lately, I've been juicing a lot and adding that as well. So he's just going to be mixing his compost in with the top layer. And a few months ago, we did these garden beds. We needed them to be a specific size and also watch how much we spent. So, babe, what did you do exactly to get these beds started?
So with the garden beds, these are just normal planks from Home Depot that were a little bit more expensive than we wanted because of the pandemic. A little bit of measuring, and with the dirt from our property, the garden beds, and all of the irrigation lines were about $500 for everything, compared to something like this from a website where you do it yourself that would be closer to $1,000. So by building it all myself, we saved a few $100s.
Okay, nice. And is this wood gonna last us?
Yeah, this is a cedar, so it's rot, mold, and insect resistant. It's untreated, so we have no chemicals getting into our dirt and into our food and into our bodies. So it's going to last about 10 years, completely untreated. Adding treatment to it would extend the life, but we do not want to do that. So 10 years should be good enough, and I can replace it as needed later.
Gotcha. And how does this irrigation like work? And how often are we going to do it?
This is just two different irrigation kits from Amazon for $50 total, and we got a basic $30 irrigation controller that's set up over here. And what we do is super dumb, easy to use irrigation, and just set it how much we want it. So I'm going to do 120 minutes every 2 days, and we got basic drip lines. So every 2 days, this will run at 5 a.m. and run for 2 hours.
Okay, and we do it that early so that the sun doesn't suck out all the moisture?
Yeah, so the water has time to kind of sit and penetrate the ground and penetrate the vegetables, and since this is our first time doing this up here, we'll see how it works, but should be pretty easy and good to go.
Nice. All right. Now, there wasn't too many options at the nursery on what we could plant right now that they had available, but let's see what we got here. Okay, Toscano kale. That looks good. And with the lettuce, we should probably be able to get 2 to 3 like heads of lettuce out of it. So you just want to make sure that you're cutting about an inch from the base so that you can get another stalk coming up. And yeah, it's way better to do that than just like cutting the whole thing and only getting one use. Let's see what else we have. This is cauliflower. We love our cauliflower. Arugula. Whoopsie. Another arugula. And then let's turn this so it doesn't fall. a broccoli, and like a butter lettuce. So we're just gonna start out with these few things right now because they should be able to all grow next to each other without having any problems with them like not working side by side or infecting the other one or that. So, and we didn't want to get too much since we've never grown out here before. You know, we don't want to waste the money our first time around if it's not working very well. So yeah, so we're gonna get this going. Start with mixing all of the soil, and then we're gonna space everything out pretty far just because we have the room to do so right now. And then by our spring garden, we'll be planting a lot of other vegetables that will need to take up a lot more space. So yep, this is our first go around, and we'll see how it goes. We'll show you once we get everything planted, but pretty much we're just planting it, right? Yep. Get into the ground today and work from there. Yep. All right, well, we'll show you guys when it's done.
All right, now we have some arugula and kale and butter lettuce and broccoli and cauliflower growing with our organic compost and hopefully our good soil and our dog talking in the background. And
wow, that's great, Dave.
With the irrigation system set up, everything works well. We get a good harvest this winter, and starting next spring, we can do tomatoes and peppers and peas and rhubarb and everything else. Thank you for joining us for our first video, and I hope you enjoyed.